Hey guys, welcome to the channel. This is going to be a new channel. It's going to be mostly car stuff. I've got a car that I've been working on, and there's been some videos I haven't been able to find, whether they be reviews on parts or what needs to be done to make it happen. So I'm going to carry y'all along on the journey with me, and hopefully it'll explain some of it. If not, show you some good reviews or bad reviews or ways to do things, even though they may not be the right way all the time. So do what I do at your own risk, I reckon. Just use some caution. um, but yeah, a little bit about the car. It is a 95 Camaro Z28 with the lt1 5.7 in it with the T56 6-speed. 342 rear gear with the posi track in it. I traded a 98 Jeep Grand Cherokee for this car. The guy brought me the car on the trailer and drove the Jeep home, and the journey began. So since then I've put maybe 3,000 miles on it. I've had it for right at a year now, and in a year it has taken me on a journey. So just to get right down into the gist of it, it needs a lot. But so far what's been done to it is a new water pump, a new thermostat. It's got a fresh OptiSpark down there, fresh plugs, fresh wires, a new ignition coil and ignition control module. Let's see what else. Here recently, just now, it's got new head gaskets, new push rods, new intake gaskets, new valve cover gaskets. Did all the gaskets on the throttle body while I had it apart. I've tried to clean everything up as good as I can. I painted the intake while I had it off. It's got new seals in the fuel injectors. It's got new wheel bearings in it. I know I'm missing a lot. New ARP head studs. And when I got the car, supposedly it had been bored over to a 355 and had a cam in it. And after digging into all this work, I realized the rear main seals were leaking. All the front main seals were leaking, and there was oil everywhere. So in my head, I'm like, why would someone go through all that trouble of doing all that and not replace the seals, I guess you would say, and just leave it in that shape? And so I just blew it off. It didn't. In the process of doing the head gaskets on it, which I'm finishing up now, the pistons were stamped. And going back and listening to some clips of it, what I thought was a vacuum leak, which there was probably a vacuum leak somewhere in there. I'm redoing the vacuum hoses too. It might have a cam in it. I don't know. I don't know. We'll just go with it. But it is bored over to a 355. And also the rear main seal and the front seals and the clutch are new as well. I did those. Well, I didn't do them. I had a shop do them because, as you will see later on in future videos, I don't really have a safe place to jack the car up far enough to drop the transmission to where I can get to the clutch and whatnot. So I had a shop do it for me, and they did a pretty decent job. But yeah, so the video that I'm doing today is going to be on the headers. I broke the bolts off going to the Y pipe in the process of getting them off, and they were the stock manifolds. And after I seen that it was bored, I figured, you know, if it does have a cam in it, it would probably help it to breathe a little bit. So I decided to go with some aftermarket headers. I don't have long tube money. I'm kind of in a pinch right now, so I decided to go with the cheapest, decent looking ones I could get. And I ordered some DNA motoring mid-tube headers with the Y pipe. And I'm you know, as long as they're decent, then I guess it was a good price. I might have to heat and beat on them, but we're going to go over the fitment, the installation process, how they look out the box, and just try to get some ideas on that. All right, well, I'm going to go get unboxing them, and I will get back with you shortly. All right, so this right here is what came in the box. I went ahead and unwrapped it all. You've got your headers, your mid-tubes, mid-length headers, I'm sorry, not mid-tubes. And then you've got your Y pipe, which has to be put together. So yeah, just looking at them, these welds aren't the prettiest. I don't weld, so they're better than what I would do. But the ones around the pipes are actually pretty decent looking. You flip it over, going into, out of the head into the header. They've actually ground down the welds there, which is nice. I'm trying to see. Yeah, these for the air ports are drilled out. We've got that one right there for your EGR to the back of the manifold pipe. Your stand pipe, I reckon. Now it comes with the gaskets and apparently all the bolts, which on the website said it came with the hardware shown, and it only showed the header to the Y pipe bolts, which is 6 of them, and there seems to be more than 6 in there. And the gaskets, while I haven't heard 100% complete trash reviews about these cheap headers in general, anyone I've ever talked to and everyone that I've seen talk about them online or on forums, whatnot, they say the gaskets are trash. So I went ahead and ordered some new Fel-Pro gaskets for it. And since I didn't think that it was going to come with any bolts, I got some Mr. Gasket Company header bolts, part number 917. So we're going to see if we can get these down into the car or not. At least see if I can get the passenger side down in there, and I will update you when I get back. Whew. Alright, you guys, so the driver's side header is in. I'll show you what I had to do to get it in. I didn't have to beat it. I hope I don't have to. I'm about to check to see. But forgot about it out from under the car, so I went ahead and pulled the factory Y pipe out. I started to cut it. I'm going to have to cut it to get the other one in. But the 2 bolts that hold them on and the hanger and whatnot, I really didn't want to mess with those at first because I figured they'd be all rusted in there, but the rear main seal leak I had under there kind of kept all that lubed up. So what I had to do to get the driver's side header in is there's a bolt in the steering shaft right here. Where'd it go? Set it up here somewhere. Anyway, there was a bolt in the driver, the steering shaft right here. I had to take that off. If it'll focus. Yeah, it's not going to focus, but I took that off and just pushed them in from the bottom. I took the oil filter off too to give it some clearance down there. But yeah, let me bolt it up and I'll be back with you to let you see how everything clears. All right, update you guys. The driver's side header is in. It's bolted in. I got the bolt back in the drive shaft. You can see it now. I ran into 2 problems with this. The Fel-Pro gaskets that I bought do not have the hole for this bolt right here, which does not make any kind of sense to me whatsoever, but it is what it is. The other problem is the back bolt back here. As I was tightening it down, somehow the head stripped out a little bit on it. I could probably still get it out. I'm gonna leave it and see how it does. I was able to torque this one down really good, torque this one down really good, torque this one down really good. This one I got pretty decent, and this one I got some good torque on too. We're gonna see how it does when I start it up the first time. But that's the driver's side head in.